I'm sorry for wasting your time, man. I mean, this guy told us in the chat, like, you should know this before you go in. Don't waste your time. And we're like, oh. Welcome to this is like the TSR 19 event, Thomann Synth Reactor event.
Yes.
We're all here. I'm sitting here with, well, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Introduce ourselves to one of the cameras, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know which camera it is, but yeah.
Doesn't really matter either, I guess. I'm Accurate Beats. I run a YouTube channel called Accurate Beats, and I go by the name Accurate. I'm a hip-hop, boom-bap producer kind of guy, and YouTuber type of person.
St. Joe, SoundsAndGear.com. Exactly what it says. I'm about the sounds in the gear, beats, kind of like accurate, hip hop, urban, soul, jazz, kind of that whole chill out genre. And I like gear, I like music, and we're about to have a pretty dope conversation. I think you guys will enjoy it.
I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm S from Elektron. I'm a product designer there. I do a lot of different stuff. Synth engines, GUIs. I also make music, like a lot of techno, IDM stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm Jakob from haQ attaQ. It's going to be weird if this is on my channel and I say exactly what my channel is about, but I make music using portable devices, basically. Yeah. What we want to talk about today is we found that we have something in common, all of us, all four here, and that is that we're very meticulous about certain things, the way we want our things. And I thought it was really interesting when SoundsAndGear started talking about that. Why don't you talk about...
Yeah, so we were just talking about, I don't even know how we got on it, but it was just like, I think maybe somebody asked me about modular and why I kind of went modular and then got rid of it, and I was like, the wires drove me crazy. So I started talking about how I'm super meticulous about how things show up on my desk, like in terms of how they're angled on my desk, how much space is on my desk. I can't have things that are, if one thing takes up too much space, I have to take something else off. Like, yeah, for me, it's my desk space and just how things are organized, but it also translates even to my hard drive. And like it's anything that has to do with my creative process, it has to make sense. So like I bought a whole modular and built it, and every time I would look at the wires, I would unplug it every time. So I'm like, I don't want to plug it up every time to make the same sound. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I sold it because it didn't make sense for me, because I was never going to leave the wires in because they bothered me just sitting there being all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I know what you mean. I mean, I can be like that myself, but one thing that you guys mentioned before we started this whole thing was the way that you're angling.
My angle is serious, bro. Like I don't know about you, but like
it's gonna be same.
So say for example, like when I have like if it's like an MPC or machine and push, or if I have two things on my desk that are similar in size, they have to be angled exactly the same on either side. Like, and I'm talking about like, I'll move it like that much. Like I can physically see that they're not angled the same, and it bothers me.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And then my keyboard has to be like dead center, and I don't pull out like
keyboard is.
Yeah, like I won't pull out a ruler or anything, but I know, like I can instantly look at it and be like, that's off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to change that.
Yeah.
You do that too?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like
screen. Keyboard.
Yeah, screen. Yep. I have my screen on the arm, so I can like, and the screen also moves when I get different stuff also. So like if I have to move, like I just got the grandmother, so I put that in, and it kind of threw my whole thing off. Like it's bigger, it doesn't really fit, so I had to take some stuff off, but then I have to move my screen. And the screen has to move over because now everything is off center, and then the keyboard has to move. Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, but then you like, if you have stuff that are movable like that, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot right there, because it's easy to get it off center and make it like not perfect.
Yeah.
So like, I have the same thing, but I'm rearranging my entire studio.
Yeah.
I'm like moving the entire desk from one wall to another wall.
Right.
And then I'm not happy with how it sounds in the room.
Yeah.
And I change it back, and then it doesn't look right, and it feels wrong to have the light from the window coming in from the wrong angle.
Yeah, see?
Since I'm also doing videos.
Yeah.
So that becomes a part of it, and the audio becomes a part of it, and the lighting, and the physical like feeling of having stuff off center in an angle.
Yeah.
And then I have this 3-tier stand.
Yeah.
stuff on top there. I can't even reach it if I sit down.
Yeah.
So I have to, I just get muffled into this thing, and I can't really get out of it because it never becomes perfect.
Yeah, it's a constant thing, man. Especially if you're like getting things in and changing setups and different stuff like that. It's like
that's really not a problem, though. I mean, that's kind of a good situation.
No, but it's a problem because now you have to rearrange all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's not a complaint.
No,
like it's
no.
all I'm
I'm
definitely thankful for that. But it's just like, okay, anytime something's coming, it's like, where is this gonna go? Like, where am I gonna put this? And I'll have space on my desk, but it's like, but I don't. My desk can't be cluttered.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I have a large desk and there's space, but the space is a part of the setup.
And for
if
some
that makes
machines,
sense. Like the space is part of it.
Yeah, and for some machines you have the cables coming in from the back.
Yeah.
And in some cases, the cable from the left or from the right.
Yeah.
Or from the top. That just
and if it's on the side, if a cable's coming out of the side, that thing goes to the side of the desk.
Definitely.
Period. It cannot be in the middle.
Right, so
it has to be to the side.
It's also like I have a setup where I constantly switch out machines because I like working on like one thing at a time. So I usually this week I'm just gonna do like computer stuff, music, and I remove everything from the desk.
Right.
So it's like keyboard, monitor.
Yeah.
It's just you have to. It's about sending yourself a bit of a signal. I think it's like
I don't know
you're
what
doing
it is.
this now, and then that's a headspace, and I don't know. For me, it works.
You guys would get absolutely insane if you knew how I was working. Because one thing that I recognize when you talk, all of you, is I'm exactly the same way, and I'm driving myself absolutely freaking mad. I'm driving myself insane. This is the thing I have. I don't have a good space to set my stuff up.
Yeah.
Because I work mostly off iOS. So I film with an iPhone and I edit everything on the iPad. But filming with the iPhone is really weird because Apple made their stuff in a certain way, so light gets handled in a certain way, but the camera. I have to think about the placement of the stuff I'm about to film, instead of thinking about how good it is to place it there in order for me to work with it when I'm filming it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm always having to put myself in the second room or third or fourth or fifth room or lock myself out of the whole connection process just in order to get everything to fit well together on the camera. And then I absolutely hate working with it. And don't get me started on
That's one thing for me, like going into MIDI connections and making things connect over MIDI to sync. I just don't do that.
Yeah.
It's one cable too much and I don't need it.
Right.
So like that's my way to.
Yeah, I'm an audio guy also. But there has been situations where even if I'm an audio guy, it may be a module or something that I need to hook a MIDI keyboard to. And so like if it's something like the things that have the MIDI on top, like I'll search around. I need a right angle MIDI cable. But then you get the right angle MIDI cable that goes the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like you buy it and you get it in, and it's like the port is upside down.
Why?
So now
Because
the angle's going this way. I'm like, no, bro, I need it to go that way.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm searching all over trying to find the MIDI cable that goes the right way because the module's on the desk and the MIDI cable's coming into it. But I don't want it sticking up like this. I need it to go like that.
Yeah, of
why
course,
don't you DIY some?
That's what and that's it. It's like,
But that's
so
that's going too far.
Then you get to the point
That's
you get to the point where you got to build it, and I'm like, do I really feel like I can do it? Like I know how to solder and all that type of stuff, but it's like, do I really want to do that if there's something out there? So then it's like, well, guess what? You just don't get to be on the desk. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, yeah.
You're that hard about it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. I don't want the MIDI cable sticking up if it's on the top. Like
No,
that
no,
just
me
doesn't
neither.
make
I don't
sense to me.
want that either.
Like I don't want to see that. Because now the MIDI cable, because not only are you talking about the MIDI socket, now you have the cable sticking up. Right. And and it's like sometimes I don't have a black cable, it might be a red MIDI cable or blue. So now it's like, it just, you got this red MIDI, man.
But hey, now you're talking about colors as well.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Colors is a big thing for me too.
And not having colors is like the thing for me.
Yeah.
Because if things are like, I don't want to bash on a brand, but I'm gonna bash on a brand.
Yeah.
Roland and the green things.
I know a lot of people don't like the green. Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
That destroys my entire setup for me.
Yeah.
Having something bright green in the middle of it, I might love to work on it. Like the SP404, it's amazing. But the way it looks with the green stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff in my studio is black and white, and it's a little bit of orange somewhere, or maybe something red.
Right.
But the green stuff just bugs me.
Yeah.
Just my eyes turns into these.
Man, I love it, but I wish it was blue, or I wish I could turn the colors off, or I wish it was just white. You know, it's like all these different. So I think there's a lot of people that have those preferences. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a lot of stuff I don't buy just because I don't like the look of it. That's,
You won't buy stuff
I mean,
because it has a certain color.
Yeah,
I'm the same way.
I mean, I only wear black and white.
Right.
Also, always.
Oh, right.
Like most of the stuff I look at, I want it mostly the chassis in black. I don't like white chassis at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I want them to be black or grayish or something like that. Green colors, I actually don't have a problem with green colors because I kind of like that Borg look for anyone who might be a Star Trek fan. I don't know, but I kind of like that thing with the green on the black.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's too much like 90s terminal-ish Matrix.
That's what I love. That's what I love.
I don't know,
just
I
made
get
it cool
weird
again. No,
connotations.
Can you reach into my bag? I got my water in there.
Which one?
It's the Voltec bag, the nerdy game bag.
yeah.
This is quality content.
This thing also translates to like my entire workflow of music.
Yeah.
Because making videos, I'm making a beat, I'm making like a video about me making a beat.
Yeah.
The studio can become a little bit cluttered for that period of time, and then
Right.
it's back to normal again. That's
Yeah,
fine. I can
definitely.
live with that.
Yeah.
But my entire workflow is like that as well. Like,
Yeah.
My file structure on my hard drive and the way I name and like sort all of my drum kits and all of my projects,
Right.
and groups and patterns and scenes and sequences.
Okay.
Everything is like made in a certain way.
So how do you sort your drum kits?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
How do you do it? Like, what's their structure?
Now we're talking about my machine workflow pretty much because that's what
Yeah.
I use mostly. So I use the same structure as they do on
Yeah.
the pads. It's like kick, snare,
Right.
hi-hat, open hi-hat.
Yeah. I do that. Yeah.
And then I just save the kit in my particular way with a number, a letter, and a word. 005. Yeah.
Do you
005
go
word.
by like year? Like everything I made in 2015, 2016.
That's for my projects, yeah.
Yeah, projects. Yeah. So for me, projects are more not so much a year, but by style. Jazzy, triumphant, cinematic.
Stop for a second.
Yeah.
Are you mixing your like machine projects with your MPC projects?
No. There's a folder. So I have a machine folder
Okay.
with projects, and I have an MPC folder with projects,
And
and
under
I
that
have an
you have
Ableton
another-
folder. Anything I make a project in has a folder, even if there's only two. Like if I only used it
yeah.
twice,
Yeah. I can see
there
that.
may be two projects in there.
Yeah.
Like Cubase, for example. Like I may have done 2 projects in Cubase just to test it out, but there's still a Cubase folder.
But what happens when you make like a trap beat with boom bap samples?
I don't make a trap beat.
Of course you don't.
So if it was trap, it doesn't matter if it used boom bap samples or polka samples. If I think it's a trap beat, it would go in my trap folder. And then I even have a. This is crazy, but I even have a folder of loop ideas. I organize my loop ideas, so I can't just have it just sitting there. Like these, also they may not fit into something, but I still make them fit somewhere.
This is where I'm not very. I mean, I don't really care much about that sort of structure on computer. I just throw everything into a folder somewhere and then find it by just typing.
You just type.
Really?
So,
Yeah,
but you remember all the patterns? You remember the project names?
Yeah, it's there somewhere.
That's
insane.
Most of the Ableton projects are named poop in Swedish anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that as well.
Yeah, I used to do that
Besides
too.
the things that are actually actual projects. But anyway, I sort my samples by method of synthesis.
Yeah,
So
but
I have some
you mix
FM,
synthesis.
analog, yeah. Because I do all my samples myself, like from synthesis. Usually.
So in your analog folder, it's just everything that came from an analog source? It's
No,
not
it's like different, it's someone,
you don't have any folders inside of there?
Yeah.
You do?
Sometimes, yeah. But then I usually put them in like BD and all the bass drums. I just batch rename them to BD with padding 2 and just BD 002 whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just after you listen to them a lot of times, you will start realizing that BD 57 is your favorite. Or something.
I use a mix of what you two do. I will, if I start sampling something now, I would give it the date, I would give it the time I started sampling. I will put folders that goes by style, and in there I will open it up and say BD. Even if I just sample one sample and it has to go into 3 different layers of folders, there will be a folder within a folder within a folder within a folder with that sample in there, properly named, and it will also have the date and the number on
the sample.
I wanted to switch a topic to something like, I mean, I know it's important for you guys to have like a good setup that is angled properly with the right colors, you know, everything where you get it. And one thing that is really annoying for someone like me is that I use a lot of USB devices because I'm working on iOS, so a lot of my synths that aren't hardware are soft synths. And I need several MIDI controllers, you know, to connect to that. So there's nothing more annoying than cables that will not bend properly, will not relax properly.
Stiff
the
cables.
USB cables are stiff. And so you have a cable doing this. And it's sticking right out. And I'm trying to straighten it out and it gets me infuriated. I don't know what to do about that, guys. I mean, if you have audio cables, they will just relax. You know? You can just have them.
Well, it goes back to what I was talking about with the whole MIDI cable thing. Like, it's just about the look, man. Like, if it looks out of place, it feels off. So if you got everything else laying like it's supposed to be, and you just got this cable sticking here, or, you know, sometimes you press it down, and then as you're doing a video, it kind of crease back up, and you go back and edit the video. You're like, bro, I know I pushed that cable down, and now you just got this one cable just sticking up. Like, yeah, man. Sometimes I'll lay stuff on the cable. Like,
me too. I'll tape it, and then I'll get annoyed with the tape. And if you film for a long time with hot lights, that shit gets sticky on there. And then stuff will stick to it, and then you have to clean it off, and
I'll get like those sticky hooks and stick it under the desk, and then kind of hook the cable. I do a lot of weird stuff.
Under the table?
Yeah. So
I have the best thing for that.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll do stuff like that and kind of just have these hooks going under my desk. And
well, yeah, that's a solution. But I have this Velcro ties that you put around the cables.
Oh, I have those too.
Yeah, but underneath my table, underneath my desk, I have this Velcro sheet thing with sticky tape on.
Oh, so it sticks onto that.
So like I have a big portion of the space underneath my desk just being like Velcro.
All right.
How do you keep your cables in check at home?
I kind of twist them in a specific way so they like look nice.
Wait.
You braid, so you braid your cables?
I don't braid them. I just kind of.
It sounds like you braid them.
No, I don't braid them.
Like twisting in twos?
No, it's like if I'm filming stuff, I mostly film from like Instagram stuff. But if I have like cable arrangements, I usually like pick the nice colors I like, and then I kind of make them go in little twirls, because then they stay in place, but it also kind of looks nice.
It's a design.
That's a design. That's awesome. I'm gonna try out all of your ways of doing stuff. I mean, I like that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for doing this panel. I thought it was really nice. I mean, we're basically 4 insane people here, probably. It sounds like,
it is what it is.
Because we're doing some pretty meticulous, insane stuff. And I want to thank everyone for checking this out. Thank you for joining us and watching us talk about this very meticulous stuff. And if you have any meticulous stuff, write it down there and tell us how meticulous you are about certain things. So yeah, that's it. As usual, I wish you a productive week, and go finger all of your stuff. I don't think I say it that way, but that's good enough for me right now. So I'm done, so plug your thing.
So that's done, okay. Because we had a good chat about how you work with synths and samples. I'm like, can we get into that in some kind of way?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I use samples a lot, and you are like both ways.
Yeah.
Me too, as well.
Yeah. Actually, more.